God bless you all for having this opportunity with me, the major prophet of God. I want you to know that in this very program, God is already prepared with a lot of blessing that He has already kept for those who are connected. And it doesn't matter where you are watching from. It doesn't matter where you're watching from. You may be watching from Africa, you may be watching from Asia, you may be watching from any part of the world, but it doesn't matter where you're watching from. Wherever you're watching from, God is involved and God is interested to making something happen for you in the name of Jesus. And this time and the point where we have come to a point where we, the people of God, must hear the voice of our Father to know the next line of direction and the next line of step that we must take. Because we have come to a point where it is only those who know their God that the Bible says they shall do exploit. Those who know their God will do exploit. This is not a matter of people talking long story, but it's a matter of what's called the practicality, of what's called the spiritual practicality, where we can now demonstrate the power of God upon the face of the earth and look into the future and visualize what is there to the glory of God and bring back the glory and honor to the creator of heaven and earth, the God who does great and mighty things. We must continue to do everything possible to walk with our God and continue to possess our position in every ramification. Once again, I want you to know that God is not a man that is to lie to his people. God has never promised anything and disappoint, and whatever God promises, he has what it takes to make all his promises to come to pass. So wherever you're watching, God is prepared to bless you, and God is prepared to reveal things to you, and whatever God has revealed to you will become a stepping stone for you in the name of Jesus Christ. Yesterday, God has given me a lot of prophecies, and I prophesied them here, and right away we are seeing things happening here and there. But it's important as a major prophet of God that I carry everybody from anywhere you are in the world. I carry you along so that you will be spiritually aware of the handwriting and the time we are in. Because I'm seeing a lot of things in the realm of the spirit that are already tabulated in the spiritual world that is about to come into the physical world and begin to operate. But we must do everything possible to pray to God and stand with God and decree and declare that God will give us the grace to escape every program of the enemy. We must escape every program of the enemy, because the enemy has his own program, but our God will escape us from all the promises of the enemy, because the promises of the enemy will never ever prevail over our lives, because we are children of God. We are the children of the kingdom. We are people that God is fighting for. We are people that God is defending. We are people that God is working for. We are people that God is interested in everything that concerns our lives. And because God is interested in everything that concerns our lives, he will never give us up. He will never forsake us. He will never abandon us. He will never turn his back on us. He will do everything possible to make sure that we are happy and that we are fulfilled. So let the name of God be praised and the name of God be exalted forever and ever in the name of Jesus. So wherever you're watching, the people of God all over the world and all over the nation must pray. Because I am seeing what's called a time like this is a time that many things are shaken here and there. And most of the things you see shaken here and there are completely man-made. There are people who doesn't want anything to work out. And no matter what you try to do for things to work out, they will never allow it to work out. Because that's what's called when a nation is under what's called a strong influence. And this strong influence is very, very tough. And it will be very, very tough to handle. But the people who are spiritual will spiritually handle the matter. Because whatever is physical has its own part in the spiritual. And so if we can handle the part in the spiritual, the physical will also be handled in the name of Jesus. Pray and pray and continue to pray, especially for the country Nigeria that we are in. Continue to pray for the country Nigeria that we are in, that there should be not anything called a clash. Clash should not be here and there. Remember when I told you about demolitions that are going to be happening this year? Many of you thought it was a joke, but major prophet of God, I am not saying anything except the Spirit has revealed to me. And I am seeing what's called an intense demolition that have started. And now I'm seeing a new face of it. And this new face of it has to do with dualization of the road and also reclaiming of what's called government-owned properties, especially the places that government has mapped out before and people occupied, and they thought that, oh yeah, government is not interested anymore. I'm saying government coming back there to reclaim where belong to them, especially in this very state, Lagos State. The people should pray and continue to seek the face of God and continue to hear the voice of God, because what will direct us and what will help us to triumph and walk away from negative things is being able to hear from God and God talking to you. When God tells you, take a step, do not hesitate. When God says move, do not hesitate. When God says sit, do not hesitate. Whatever God says to you, do not doubt the voice of God. I know that there are so many people who don't even understand when God is talking or what God is saying to them. If you are among the people who don't understand or know when God is talking, use Major Prophet as your role model to hear and to see and to speak. Because when Major Prophet, when I'm here, you see how the Lord speak things to me, and I say it out, and they are actually happening exactly as the Lord is revealing to me. Because I'm seeing some people who are in a property that belong to government. And those properties, they think, oh yeah, the people that sold it, they have sold it to us, we have paper, this, that. There's what's called the original plan, and what's called the original plan of every place, called the master plan. The master plan of Lagos State is going to be visited, and by visiting the master plan, a lot of laws are going to come up in Lagos State. A lot of laws are going to come up in Lagos State, and a lot of master plan are going to come up in Lagos State. And people who are in Lagos State must pray and continue to now see and seek for what's called a way of doing what is right and working out of whatever that is bad, and making sure they do what they can do to step into what is right and focus on what is right, because it is going to look as if it is a witch hunt. But this, if you call it a witch hunt, it may be so. If you call it whatever you call it, it may be so. But I'm seeing in Lagos State a lot of people's property and a lot of places that people have built house are going to enter into what's called intense demolition. Don't forget, on the 31st night, I gave you this prophecy, and I gave it to you again, and I told you watch out. And on the 31st night, I gave it to you last year, and it continued. And the 31st night, God talked about it, and it is happening here and there. The another thing people must pray for is what's called people of Nigeria must not see themselves as the problem of each other. Because this is what's called the people and the people, and nation versus nation, and people against people. Because whatever we are seeing that is happening today has already been damaged before now. Whatever we are seeing today have been damaged before now. And the things that have been damaged before now can be very, very impossible to be remedied by whoever is in charge right now. Because most time we want to see things remedied overnight, but remedying things overnight is not a thing that somebody can do easily, except the hand of God is involved. I've told you often and often that if God does not lead the nation, people who lead, they lead in vain. If God does not settle the throne, people who settle on the throne is in vain. If God does not watch the city, people who watch the city watch in vain. If God does not keep the keeper, keep in vain. Whatever God does not build, the builder build in vain. So our concentration and our target should be on God. Build us, God watch us, God keep us. And when we say God watch us, God build us, God keep us, that is when we are going to get out the best of life. So we must concentrate on God and God alone, because that is the only way we can be able to actualize and get all that we are asking of the Lord.